Welcome to my channel, Rise Up with Steve. Please hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends. Ladies, let me tell you something that every woman needs to hear, especially the strong, independent women out there. A queen never competes for love. Let that sink in. Not a single queen in history, not a woman with self-respect ever had to beg for attention, beg for affection, or fight for the love she deserved. Love isn't a game of tug of war. It's a mutual connection, a choice. See, here's the truth. When a woman competes for love, she's stepping down from her throne. She's telling the world, and more importantly herself, that she's willing to lower her value to get someone else's approval. That's not a queen move. A queen understands her worth. She knows that love is not something you chase. It's something that finds you when you're aligned with your own power, your own life, and your own peace. A queen also knows that if someone truly wants her, they will show it. They don't make her wonder if she's enough. They don't leave her hanging or make her question her place in their heart. Love is never a competition. And ladies, the moment you start competing, you've lost because you're no longer standing in your own dignity. And yes, I know it hurts when you see someone else getting the love you want. But the queen knows that the right man doesn't have to be stolen, fought over, or begged for. The right man sees her value and steps up without hesitation. Competing for love diminishes your self-respect. And nothing is more attractive than a woman who knows her worth and refuses to settle. Ladies, let me tell you something that too many women don't fully understand. Your self-worth is non-negotiable. I don't care what anyone tells you. I don't care how much love you think you need or how much attention you think you have to get to feel validated. If you don't know your worth, you're going to give it away for pennies. I'm talking about the love that leaves you questioning yourself, the kind of attention that comes with strings attached, the kind of relationship that makes you feel small instead of empowered. A queen, a true queen, does not bargain with her value. She knows that the moment she starts lowering her standards just to keep someone around, she steps off her throne and starts living in someone else's world instead of her own. Now, I want you to hear me clearly. Self-worth isn't about being proud, arrogant, or distant. No, it's about knowing your heart, your mind, and your spirit are worthy of the best that life has to offer. It's about understanding that you don't have to beg, plead, or compete for the attention of someone who should be showing up for you willingly. Too many women get caught up in the trap of trying to convince someone to love them, trying to be good enough, when the truth is, if you were meant to be in their life, you wouldn't have to work that hard to prove it. The right love doesn't demand that you shrink yourself. It sees you in all your glory and steps closer. Think about this for a second. When a woman knows her worth, she doesn't tolerate disrespect. She doesn't wait around for someone to decide if she's deserving. She doesn't allow herself to be an option in someone else's life. You ever notice how some women get treated like a backup plan? That never happens to a woman who knows her value. She doesn't accept half-hearted love because she knows she's worth every bit of devotion, every ounce of attention, every drop of effort. And here's the thing, the universe sees that. The universe rewards self-respect. The people who truly deserve you recognize it too. And I'm going to be real with you, it's not easy. Our culture and society have trained women to believe that love is scarce, that attention is a prize, and that you have to fight for someone to see your value. That's a lie, plain and simple. A queen doesn't compete because she's confident in the reality that she is enough. She doesn't need validation from anyone else to feel complete. She carries herself with a sense of dignity that radiates. And that kind of energy attracts the right people, not the ones who want to take advantage of her. Ladies, let me tell you this. The moment you start seeing yourself as non-negotiable, the moment you stop accepting scraps, the moment you stop compromising your soul for someone else's approval, that's when everything changes. Men, and I'm talking real men, not boys, will notice it. The right ones will come closer, the wrong ones will drift away, and you'll finally understand that your value wasn't something to be earned, it was something to be recognized all along. When you honor your worth, love becomes effortless. You're not running after it. You're not begging for it. You're not competing with anyone. You are standing tall, shining bright, and letting the right kind of love find you. A queen knows she is priceless. She doesn't trade herself for temporary attention or cheap affection. She knows that being herself fully, unapologetically, and with confidence is what draws the love she deserves. Your self-worth is your crown, and it should never, ever be negotiable. Now, listen to me, because this is something a lot of people, especially women, don't get. Love is a choice, not a chase. I don't care how romantic you think it is to run after someone or how much you've been told that love is about persistence. That's not how a queen operates. A queen knows that if someone truly wants to be with her, they will choose her freely, without pressure, without games, without manipulation. You see, chasing someone for love is like running after a bus that's already left the station. You'll exhaust yourself, humiliate yourself, and still never get where you want to go. Think about it. When you chase someone, you're basically telling them, I need you more than I need myself. And here's the problem with that. No one respects neediness. No one respects desperation. You start compromising your values, your boundaries, your peace, all because you're trying to convince someone to love you. But the truth is, love isn't something you convince someone to give you. Love is something they freely choose to give because they recognize your worth, your energy, and your light. A queen doesn't spend her time chasing. It's not in her DNA. She stands in her power, she shines in her life, and she waits for the love that matches her level. And let me be real with you, chasing never works. Sure, you might get temporary attention. You might get someone to say the words, I love you, or I care about you, but it won't feel real. You'll always be questioning if they truly mean it. You'll always wonder if they'd rather be somewhere else, with someone else, doing something else. That's not love, that's uncertainty. And a queen, she doesn't live in uncertainty. She demands clarity, respect, and authenticity. That's why she never chases. She knows that if the person is meant to love her, they will make the choice every single day without being pushed, prodded, or convinced. Here's the thing, ladies, chasing love actually repels the right person. When a man sees you running after him, he doesn't feel inspired. He feels smothered. He doesn't feel attracted, he feels pressured. And the wrong person, he'll take advantage. He'll enjoy the attention, but he won't give you his heart. But when a queen steps back, stops running, and lives her life fully, the right person comes forward. They make the choice because they see a woman who knows what she wants, who loves herself, and who refuses to settle. That energy is magnetic. That energy commands respect. The energy gets results. Love being a choice also means understanding that you have the power to choose yourself first. You don't have to wait for someone to make a move, to validate your worth, or to give you permission to feel loved. You choose yourself. You choose your happiness. You choose your boundaries. And when you do that, love shows up naturally because it's drawn to your strength, not your desperation. A queen knows that love is not about forcing it into existence. It's about being ready to receive it when it comes freely. So stop running, stop chasing, stop trying to convince someone that you're worthy of their love. Stand tall, live your life, shine in your own light. Because the moment you stop chasing, that's when love starts choosing you, and trust me, there's nothing more powerful than that. Now listen to me, because this is one of the most important lessons a woman can ever learn: dignity over desperation. I don't care how much you love somebody, how much you think they complete you, or how scared you are of being alone. If you lose your dignity, you lose yourself. And let me tell you, once a queen loses her dignity, she's no longer a queen. She becomes someone else, entirely someone chasing approval, begging for attention, and lowering her value just to keep someone around. That is not the life you were meant to live. That is not the love you deserve. See, desperation is loud. You can feel it, and so can everyone else. Desperation makes you do things you wouldn't normally do. It makes you tolerate disrespect, accept excuses, and stay in situations that crush your spirit. And here's the hard truth, men, women, anybody, it's easy to take advantage of desperation. When you show that you will bend over backward just to be loved, the wrong people will step in, and the right ones will step back. A queen knows this. She refuses to compete, to beg, or to prove herself for someone else's affection. She knows that if love is real, it will meet her where she stands, not where she falls. Dignity isn't just a fancy word, it's your backbone. It's your crown. It's what keeps you standing tall when the world tries to knock you down. When you have dignity, you don't compromise your values, your morals, or your self-respect. You don't text back when someone ignores you. You don't make excuses for someone who doesn't treat you right. And you don't stay silent when your heart is being disrespected. A queen protects her dignity like it's the most valuable thing in the world, because it is. Without it, love becomes toxic. Relationships become draining and your happiness becomes negotiable. I want you to think about this. How many women stay in relationships long past their expiration date because they are desperate? They stay with someone who doesn't show up, who doesn't prioritize them, who doesn't treat them like they deserve. They stay because they're afraid of being alone. And let me tell you something, the right man, the right love is never afraid of a woman who knows her worth. The right man will respect her space, her boundaries, and her self-respect. He won't need her to beg or compete for him because he sees her dignity and values it as much as she does. Ladies, understand that desperation is a thief. It steals your peace, your confidence, and your power. It convinces you that you have to fight, chase, and prove your love to be loved in return. But dignity is the queen's weapon. When you choose dignity over desperation, you refuse to settle for scraps. You refuse to accept less than what you deserve. You refuse to let anyone make you question your worth. And that is when life starts giving you exactly what you need, the kind of love that elevates you, not diminishes you. A queen knows that her value is not up for negotiation. She knows that love does not require a sacrifice of her self-respect. She knows that staying in a relationship where she is undervalued is a step backward, not forward. And when she stands firm in her dignity, the universe aligns to bring her what she deserves. Love becomes effortless, respectful, and empowering. Inspiration becomes a memory. Confidence, self-worth, and grace become her reality. And that, my friends, is how a queen commands love without ever chasing it. If you want, I can now expand Keynote 4 in the same 600 words Steve Harvey style format, keeping the motivational and real life advice style perfect for a speech or YouTube video. Now let me talk to you about something that so many people get wrong in Love the Right Person Will Show Up. And I mean that. I don't care how long you've been waiting, how many times you've been hurt, or how many relationships have. Falling apart, the right person will find their way to you. And they won't make you question your worth. A queen understands this truth. She doesn't waste her energy on people who don't show up when they're supposed to. She doesn't chase someone who's hesitant, unsure, or inconsistent. She knows that if love is meant to be, it will arrive at the right time, in the right way, and with the right intention. Here's the reality. Life is too short to spend it with people who don't prioritize you. Too many women stay in situations where they are constantly wondering, do they really love me? Or am I enough? Let me tell you something, a queen never asks those questions to the wrong person. The right person will show up. They will make their presence known. They will step up without being told, without being reminded, and without being begged. You see, the right person doesn't make love feel like work. They make love feel like a choice that is exciting, fulfilling, and mutual. That's what a queen expects. And that's exactly what she gets. Think about it for a moment. How often do we settle for less because we are afraid of being alone? We accept excuses, tolerate indecision, and stick around for love that isn't fully reciprocated. But the truth is, the right person doesn't leave room for doubt. They don't make you question if you are valued. They show up consistently, intentionally, and lovingly. They make you feel like a priority, not an option. And a queen knows that this consistency is a reflection of true character. If someone is constantly absent, hesitant, or unsure, that isn't love. It's an opportunity for her to step back and protect her heart. Ladies, let me be honest, this doesn't mean you sit around waiting for Prince Charming to magically appear. It means you live your life fully, you grow, you shine, you chase your dreams, and you enjoy your own company. And while you're doing that, the right person will naturally appear. They will be drawn to your confidence, your peace, and your joy. They won't need to be coerced, manipulated, or convinced. They will choose you because they see your worth and want to be a part of your life, not just a part of your attention. And here's something else a queen understands. Timing is everything. Sometimes the right person shows up later than we expect, and it can be frustrating. But patience isn't passive. Patience is power. It's knowing that forcing someone into your life is never better than letting the right person arrive in their own time. The universe has a way of aligning people who are meant to be together. And when the right person shows up, it feels effortless. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel confusing. It just feels right. So remember this, ladies, the right person will show up. They will see you, respect you, and choose you without hesitation. And if someone isn't showing up, that's not your problem. That's a sign to redirect your energy. Keep being a queen, keep living your life, and trust that the love you deserve is on its way. Because the right person doesn't make you question your worth. They celebrate it, they honor it, and they show up for it every single day. Now let's get real for a minute, because this is where most people get it wrong. Women spend so much time worrying about someone else, how to please them, how to keep them, how to make them love them more. But meanwhile, they're forgetting the most important person in their life, themselves. A queen knows this. She knows that the best investment she can ever make is in her own growth, her own mind, her own heart, and her own soul. Because here's the truth. When you focus on yourself, when you build yourself up, when you chase your dreams and work on becoming the best version of you, love doesn't feel like a desperate chase anymore. It comes naturally. It finds you where you are, not where you're begging someone else to let you be. Self-growth isn't just about reading a book or going to the gym, although those things are great. It's about understanding who you are, what you want, and what you will no longer tolerate. It's about healing from the past, letting go of toxic patterns, and creating the life that you are proud. To live every single day a queen doesn't sit around waiting for someone to fill her gaps or complete her. She knows that completeness comes from within. And when you reach that level of self-awareness and self-love, suddenly people who aren't right for you don't even have a chance, because your energy repels them. The wrong people are no longer distractions. They're simply lessons that helped you grow. Think about it. When you are constantly chasing someone else for love, you are ignoring the most important project of all you. You are ignoring your goals, your ambitions, your happiness, and your peace. And that's exactly why a queen never competes for love. She doesn't have time to waste on someone who isn't ready to show up. She's too busy investing in herself, creating her empire, and cultivate the kind of energy that attracts the right people naturally. And the beauty of self-growth is that it doesn't just make you attractive to others, it makes you unstoppable. You walk into rooms differently, you carry yourself with confidence, and you radiate a peace that says, I don't need approval. I don't need anyone to validate me. I know my worth. Here's the thing, ladies. When you grow yourself, you also grow your boundaries. You know exactly what you will accept and what you will not. You no longer compromise for attention or settle for anything less than the love that aligns with your values and your vision. And that's powerful. That's what sets queens apart. They don't compete because they understand that a strong, confident, and fulfilled woman doesn't need to fight for someone. Love, it comes to her because she's already full, already happy, and already whole. Self-growth also teaches patience and perspective. You learn that the right love takes time, and you stop rushing into relationships out of fear or loneliness. You stop bending over backward to prove your value because you already know it. You stop settling for less because you've invested in creating a life that you are proud of, and you understand that someone who is meant for you will enhance your life, not diminish it. Every step you take in self-improvement makes you more resilient, more attractive, and more prepared to receive love in the way it's supposed to be received, freely, respectfully, and fully. So focus on self-growth. Build yourself. Love yourself. Chase your dreams. Heal your wounds. Elevate your life. Because when you do, the right kind of love will show up effortlessly. You will no longer compete. You will no longer chase. You will stand tall, radiate confidence, and let love meet you at your level, not below it. And that, my friends, is how queens live, love, and thrive. Now listen closely, because this is the secret weapon that every queen carries. Whether she realizes it or not, confidence is magnetic. I'm talking about that energy that makes people notice you without you even trying. That aura that says, I know my worth, I know my value, and I'm not here to play small. Confidence is not arrogance, it's not showing off, and it's not pretending to be someone you're not. Confidence is the quiet power that comes from knowing who you are, what you deserve and refusing to settle for anything less. And let me tell you something, when a woman carries herself with real confidence, she doesn't have to chase love. Love, respect, and attention are drawn to her like bees to honey, because people are instinctively attracted to strength, self-assurance, and dignity. Think about it for a second. How many women lower themselves because they're worried about what someone else thinks? They second guess their worth, apologize for being too much, or try to shrink their light so someone else can feel comfortable. That's desperation. But confidence. Confidence makes you untouchable in the best way. A confident woman doesn't grovel for love. She doesn't beg for validation. She doesn't compete for someone else's affection. She stands tall, she speaks her truth, she owns her space, and she lets life and the right people come to her. And that's magnetic, that's irresistible. Here's the beauty of confidence, it's visible in everything you do. The way you walk into a room, the way you hold a conversation, the way you laugh without caring who's watching people feel it. They see it, and they respond to it. A queen doesn't have to work for attention because confidence naturally commands it. When a man sees a woman who knows her value, who treats herself with respect, and who refuses to settle for less than she deserves, he either steps up or steps away. There's no in between. And that's exactly how a queen wants it. She doesn't have time for people who don't recognize her power. She only attracts those who can match it. Confidence also protects your heart. When you are confident, you can recognize the difference between someone who is genuinely interested and someone who is just passing through. You don't waste energy on people who are inconsistent, unreliable, or disrespectful. You don't compete with anyone for love because you understand that love is not about forcing someone to see your value. It's about showing up fully as yourself and letting the right person see it naturally. And let me tell you, when you combine confidence with self-respect, boundaries, and self-growth, you become untouchable. People are drawn to your energy, and they treat you according to the way you treat yourself. And here's the final thing, confidence is contagious. When a queen radiates, it inspires others to step into their own power. It shifts the energy around her and raises the bar for everyone she interacts with. Men notice it, women notice it, life notices it. And most importantly, you notice it about yourself. You start living in a space where you don't chase, you don't compete, and you don't settle. You start attracting the love that matches your level of energy. You start building relationships that feel effortless, fulfilling, and empowering. So, understand this. Confidence isn't just about looking good or acting strong. It's about knowing your worth, owning your power, and living in alignment with your true self. When you do that, love doesn't have to be chased, it comes to you. Attention doesn't have to be begged for, it finds you. And respect doesn't have to be demanded, it flows naturally to someone who knows their value. Confidence is magnetic, ladies, and when you carry it, you become unstoppable, unforgettable, and undeniably a queen.